Most guys think they masturbate because they're horny. That's the excuse everyone uses. But if you're being honest with yourself, you already know that's not the real reason. Because if it was just about being horny, you wouldn't do it when you're bored, stressed, lonely, tired, or disappointed with yourself. The truth is, masturbation usually isn't about pleasure. It's about escape. And if you don't understand why you're escaping, you'll keep coming back to it no matter how many times you promise yourself you'll stop. The first reason you masturbate is because you're avoiding discomfort. Anytime you feel something you don't want to sit with, boredom, anxiety, loneliness, frustration, self-doubt, your brain looks for the fastest way out. Masturbation is instant relief. No effort, no risk, no rejection, no failure. Just a quick hit of dopamine that shuts your thoughts up for a moment. But here's the problem. Every time you escape discomfort instead of facing it, you train your brain to run. You don't build tolerance for hard emotions. You don't learn how to deal with boredom, stress, or loneliness like a man. You just numb it. And over time, normal life starts to feel unbearable without some kind of escape. That's why quitting isn't about willpower. It's about learning how to sit in discomfort without immediately reaching for relief. If you can't handle being bored, you'll always look for something to distract you. And masturbation is just one of the easiest distractions available. The second reason you masturbate is because you're lacking purpose and direction. When a man has nothing meaningful to work toward, his energy has nowhere to go. Sexual energy is powerful, but if you don't channel it into building something, your body, your skills, your future, it turns inward and looks for release. Think about the times you do it the most. It's usually when your days feel empty. No structure, no goals you're excited about, no progress you're proud of. When your life feels small, your brain looks for pleasure to compensate. Men who are genuinely busy building something meaningful don't struggle nearly as much with this, not because they're stronger, but because they're occupied. Their energy is being used. If your days are just scrolling, gaming, and killing time, don't be surprised when your brain looks for cheap pleasure to feel something. This is why fixing your habits without fixing your life never works. You can't remove a coping mechanism without replacing it with something better. The third reason you masturbate is because it gives you a false sense of intimacy and validation. Deep down, most guys don't just want sex. They want to feel desired, wanted, accepted. Masturbation tricks your brain into feeling like you got that without having to earn it. No vulnerability, no rejection, no effort. But the cost is high. Over time, real connection starts to feel harder. Talking to women feels more intimidating. Putting yourself out there feels unnecessary. Why risk rejection when you can get instant comfort alone? This is where a lot of guys get stuck. They want connection, but they keep choosing isolation because it's safer. Masturbation becomes a substitute for real intimacy, and the longer you rely on it, the harder it is to break out of that cycle. If you want real confidence, real relationships, and real self-respect, you have to be willing to feel uncomfortable and exposed sometimes. There is no growth without that. The fourth reason you masturbate is because your environment makes it too easy. Most guys blame themselves, but they never look at what they're surrounded by. Phone in your pocket, social media full of triggers, being alone late at night, no structure, no accountability. Of course you keep falling back into it. You don't rise to the level of your motivation. You fall to the level of your environment. If temptation is always one click away, eventually you're going to give in, not because you're weak, but because you're human. This is why real change starts with removing access and adding friction, keeping your door open, putting your phone in another room, staying busy at night, going to sleep earlier. Simple changes like that reduce temptation before it even starts. The goal isn't to fight urges all day. The goal is to design a life where urges don't control you. If you take anything away from this, let it be this. Masturbation isn't the main problem. It's a symptom. The real issue is what you're running from, what you're missing, and how you're living. When you start building discipline, purpose, connection, and structure, the urge loses its power. Not overnight, but slowly you stop needing it. And when that happens, you don't just quit a habit. You become someone you actually respect.